Mooroopna Secondary College was built in 1972. Over the years, the school has seen many changes. We spoke to staff about their time at the school.
I've been here 25 years. I started back in 1987. I never expected to be here this long, never ever.
I probably started as a staff member in '96, so that's probably about 14 or so years. I graduated from school in '88. I was a Year 12 student during the HSC VCE changeover.
I came to Mooroopna straight from university in 1977, so you can do the math.
2012 is the 40th anniversary of Mooroopna Secondary College, formerly Mooroopna High School. Over the past 4 decades, we've seen many changes to the school.
There's probably been a few structural changes like the shade cloth due to Sun Smart and the rubber surface out there on the stone pebbles that were there. The Colson Centre was just recently opened when I was at school, so we had the gymnasium. The cohorts got smaller. We were nearly in the 800, 900, 1,000 students here at some stages, and I can remember looking at split lunchtimes so that senior kids and junior kids could have access to enough science labs to do science pracs.
It was a lot different to what it is now. Back in the 70s, it was just 2 portables on the oval. That's how it all started. Because the school was only small, you'd have your year levels. You knew everyone in your whole year level and you were all friends at some stage or had something to do with them. It's got bigger and it's got more that you have your own sort of little personal groups that you sort of hang around in now. I think a lot of that changed when they took away the tech schools. The tech schools used to be, if you didn't like the English, maths, writing, that sort of area, you could go and do hands-on, which was your woodwork tech, your metalwork, all those areas.
Well, it was a small school, it was about 200, going up to 400 the year I came. So it was considered to be a small school, very small school. It had only been running 5 years, I think. There was no G block. The library had just been built. There was no shelving in the library.
Also over the years, both methods and reasons for discipline have changed.
I threw this thing in the back of the room, piece of paper. The teacher caught me out and he said that I had to clean blackboards every recess and every lunch for 6 weeks. You guys are a lot better off than we were, because we used to get in big trouble for very small things. We were never able to ask for help if you didn't understand stuff, so you just had to work it out. Go ask your mum and dad.
Well, discipline has changed over the years because there might have been a slight amount of corporal punishment going on when I first arrived, but that isn't happening now.
Uniforms have also changed at the school. Nowadays there are quite a few uniform options, but in the past they weren't so sure about the uniforms.
The uniforms, pretty similar to the summer one that you've got at the moment, except it probably had some brown and yellow in it. We were probably more towards brown. I used to wear, for my winter uniform, we used to wear brown stockings, or brown tights, woolen tights, a brown skirt, and then a yellow collared shirt. We used to look like trees.
Oh, disgusting. Yellow shirts, long sleeve, and a tie, a brown tie with stripes on it. And we had dark bottle green jumpers, which are the woolen ones that they can still wear today. And we had kilts, the big long ones with tights.
When I first arrived, I just absolutely hated the girls' uniform. It made you look like little trees. It was a plain poo brown skirt and a sort of a greeny coloured top, and you all looked awful. And so we went about trying to change that a bit. The PE uniform was even worse.
Pretty similar to what you do nowadays. Like, we have the swim carnival and the athletics carnival, the sports days. The particular group of girls that I went through, we were pretty much involved in hockey.
We used to have sports days and everyone had to participate. You know, you had to have a doctor's certificate if you weren't, and you'd have to still be here cheering your team on.
We had a very strong house grouping in those days. It was based on where you lived, so there was a country team and a Mooroopna team.
Technology greatly affects the school environment and is now used to a large extent at Mooroopna Secondary College.
Lots of things have changed in regards to technology and the kinds of things that are available for students to use and have access to. Information is just at their fingertips, for sure. So you don't have to go to a library and research like we used to have to do. You can nearly do that anytime, anywhere.
Technology is a main one. I used to type the absence sheet every day, and we used to be able to fit it on one sheet. Maybe 25 children used to be away on an average day. Now we're averaging 125. If you didn't understand something and then you had to ask your mum and dad, they might not have had any idea how to do it. Whereas now you can just Google something and look it up and you can work it out.
Computers started to come in about 12 or 15 years ago. First started, I can remember using a very small Macintosh over in C8 with an orange screen, and we've progressed to green screens, and now of course we have our coloured laptops. And I feel that the school students have always been a fairly tight group of kids. I think with the advent of the internet, you know, they've got a lot more access to a lot wider group of friends and all of that, and so you don't get that specific Mooroopnaite student anymore.
Times change, uniforms change, buildings change, but MSC is still a great place to be.